Hi there, welcome back to Apatros Review. In this episode, No Escape, No Return, directed by Charles T. Kanjanis in 1993. Another one of those PM Entertainment films. Hi there, welcome back to Apatros Review, your guide to the wild world of science fiction, action, and horror cinema with me, your host, Mil Zipka. If you want to spam my name, just look at the channel. Now in this episode, we take a look at the film No Escape, No Return, which is on this double feature DVD from Payless. That's the film in the corner there. The main picture, No Tomorrow, I'll review next year. That's also a PM film, one of the last ones. And this particular film is that one right there. It's a direct-to-video film, as PM's films were, and it came out first in Germany on the 29th of December 1993. I don't have any information where it came out in the US or Australia dates, but that's the only date I can find. Now, it was directed and written by Charles T. Kanjanis, Joseph Mary and Richard Pepin produced. Photography was done by Mark Morris and music by Jim Halfpenny. And it starred Maxwell Caulfield, Dustin Ewan, and Denise Loveday. Also, John Saxton and Michael Neary also appear here. Now, I should point out that this film, along with many other PM Entertainment titles, have been in public domain for years, which means that many budget operators have been issuing them various cheap single-feature, double-feature, multi-pack releases. As is the case with these types of labels, picture and sound quality is not better than average. More in this particular title later on in the review. This I'm reviewing. For those who don't know precisely what PM Entertainment is, I'll offer the following rundown. PM was a company that became legendary during the 1990s. There's something like 80 films from 1991 to 1999 before going defunct. The company was a reformed version of an earlier studio called City Lights, which was responsible for a string of semi-professional low-budget direct-to-video titles during the dawn of the direct-to-video era in the very late 1980s. Now, No Escape, No Return was made by PM right before the point the company gained their legendary reputation, and as such ain't technically as well budgeted as their later works. But that being said, even though it doesn't quite have the room for its action scenes to move around fully, the film still boasts impressive story writing and solid acting from the cast. By the way, this was Pamela Dixon's final acting credit from the 15 roles of PM, not making any acting roles since. Now, three best friends who have had experience in military and law school before joining the police force, U.S. Marine William Robert Sloan, played by Maxwell Caulfield, U.S. Navy SEAL and martial artist Tommy Cuff, played by Dustin Ewan, and law school graduate Ellie Weston, played by Denise Loveday. And all have acquired a reputation for having a following of dead bodies everywhere they go, the suspects usually winding up dead, and between them losing two partners. The drug baron, whose brother was killed by Sloan in an earlier operation, swears revenge, so he strong-arms his mole in the DEA, Edward Dante, to recruit the trio into making a suicide mission by storming the dealer's nightclub base. Against the odds, the trio survive, wiping out the 12-strong security team working for the dealer, so Dante, armed with a sniper rifle, kills two patrol cops who show up and frames the trio for their murder. With public sentiment overwhelmingly against them and facing a potential one-way trip to death row, Sloan, Cuff, and Weston are surprisingly given an offer too good to refuse from a rival drug baron. They eliminate their shared enemy and be given enough money to fund a lifetime in Mexico. The trio, knowing they have nothing left to lose following the nightclub clusterfuck, agree, while an FBI agent named James Mitchell begins to suspect that they might be framed, and that somebody, namely Dante, has been giving help to the drug dealer. Now, not amongst the best of PM's 80-film strong catalogue, but nevertheless one film that does feature decent production values, although some of the pacing and editing does show a certain roughness, and the story is robustly written enough so there are no plot holes obvious to any halfway observant viewer. Maxwell Caulfield, Denise Loveday, and Dustin Ewan make a good team, and director Charles T. Kanjanis delivers a parade of shootouts and martial arts fights that give the goods for PM's massive army of fans and aficionados of 1990s direct-to-video action in general. And quite a body count too. No Escape, No Return cannot escape getting a C+, 5 out of 10. Man, I love my puns. It is passable at best. PM fans will find this to be one of their standard entries in the middle lane of the PM highway, but the film is still worth watching if you're a PM fan, get this for your collection. The Australian, this is ridiculous, actually very cheap. It's out of print now, but anyway. And as for that DVD, this issue is one of the earliest double feature DVDs from Payless. That's pretty much the cover you're looking at. And it was paired with the late period PM thriller No Tomorrow. As for picture quality, the printer used here is pretty damn mediocre. It seems obvious to me that Payless had used an American VHS tape which was an NTSC, and unlike doing passive conversion of power between digital prints, converting an NTSC videotape to a PAL DVD is not easy, as analog sources need a more refined process that dirt cheap budget labels cannot afford without pushing up the DVD price beyond their business model. And Payless is pretty renowned for printing some really bad prints of the public domain material. But given their price range, it's not unforgivable, unlike something like Avenue 1, which released films that, well, actually, Avenue 1 is pretty much a pirate company. They were infamous during the early days of the DVD age. I'll review an Avenue 1 title sometime in the future. So, and as for this print, the resolution here is pretty average, although not bad enough to be considered bad by anyone who grew up on VHS. It doesn't look terrible or anything like that. That being said, this particular DVD doesn't have any issues with censorship, since there's nothing objectionable to cut out. And I say that because some of the City Lights films from the late 1980s have had censorship problems in Australia. In particular, Night of the Wilding, which is still banned. And let's see, LA Crackdown 2 was actually also had one scene cut out, which remains cut out in all prints. And Payback, my favorite of the City Lights films, is actually was released in a cut version, but which had sexual assault cut out, but the flashback to the DVD, if you can find it, is actually uncut. Anyway, us Aussie PM fans will pretty much will have fun. This one pretty easy to find. So if you're a PM fan, get that. The fact that Double D feature DVD has 2 PM films, and they're pretty decent. Okay, that's it for No Escape, No Return, which gets a C+, 5 out of 10. It's passable. Yeah, I know, the lockdown pretty much is going into its 3rd month. Ugh. But, I hope you guys are taking it easy, staying safe. One day we'll get through. It's always darkest before dawn, by the way. So, the worst is going to come, and then when it does come, things can get better. Now, I do not do requests, but if you have any questions about DVDs, or if you have any films you think I might be able to cover, just hit me up in the comment section, I'll answer. Okay. Take it easy, guys, and stay safe, and that's it for this review.